Howdy folks, it's Friday morning, about going on 9 o'clock. It's piss pouring rain today, trying to decide what I want to do. Got several things I need to do, but I hate trying to figure out something to do when it's raining because I like to work outside. But anyhow, it's a little video. I haven't made one in a long time. Seems like every time I get a chance to make a video anymore, it's raining and I don't want to get the cameras out in the rain. If I use the GoPro with the weather cover, you can't hear me talk, but hope everybody's been doing well. This is a little video about my new shop I just got built. That's occupied a lot of my time lately too. I want to point out a couple of things that you'll run across later on in this video. Select Steel Buildings. I went by there yesterday, and the couple of things I complained about in the video, the gap over the door and the walk-in doors there, they're going to fix it. It's a good outfit. I highly recommend them. But yeah, just want to give a little explanation of why it's been so long since I made a video. We moved, and it's been a crazy job. It's got a lot of hardwood on it too, and even with the cutter, it keeps me busier than pine does. And I've been messing with this building, trying to get everything done and ready. And the rain, the rain's just relentless here this winter. Crazy weather. But anyhow, show you my new building here in a thing or two, and I hope you enjoy this. Everybody have a good, blessed weekend. Look at that weeping willow tree there in my front yard. First day of March. This weather's crazy. I'm not a believer at all in global warming caused by human beings per se, but there is some kind of climate change going on, which I think is a natural part of our realm's life cycle, so to speak. I ain't gonna get deep into that right now. But this crazy weather, it's been in the 70s, grass turning green in February and single digits in December. But I want to make a little video here of my new shop. I wrestled with myself a little bit about making this video. I'm not really one that likes to make a show off video, but those of you that know me best know I've been struggling to get me a shop here at home for a long time. We have the big Morton building down the road, Millers Creek. It's a 48 by 70. You can pull a tractor and trailer in it and shut the door. Pull two of them in it if it had two doors. But it's my dad's building at the end of the day, and it's also a 10-minute drive from here. And this is right next to my house, so I can come out here and work and do what I need to. So there's my welder on the trailer. It's a Miller Bobcat. It's green because it came from Sunbelt Rentals before I bought it, and they paint everything green, of course. Have the cable up so nobody can just drive in here and get it, and have cameras and so on and so forth. But yeah, there's some old logging equipment that belongs to me sitting out here. But this is a Select Steel Building, and I know some people's gonna say, well, that's just a metal carport. Well, yes and no. kind of on the same principle, but this is built much better than those carports are. It's a 28 by 32 floor span with a 14 by 14 door, 16 foot, actually 15 and a half foot sides. I'm not sure how tall the peak is, but we'll walk in it right quick. Over there's my house, so it's just I measured for the wire. I'm gonna pull 100 amps out of my 200 amp service at the house out here. Probably it's 220 feet to the building, so it's not that bad of a walk. I've got to get guttering on it. The company that built it don't do guttering, but I have this wash stone around it now. Whatever water runs off of it ain't hurting it. It's $1,800 worth of gravel I had to get put down before they started on this thing. But yeah, and before you say it's just a carport, like I said, yeah, it's built on the same principle, but so this thing's doubled. That's like 7 inches there. I got the 2 layers of the R6 roll all the way around. A front and a back door. Got 2 complaints about this building. These doors, the model I looked at had better doors, had better walk-in doors than this one. And you see a little bit of light coming over that door when the door is down, or that spool is so big. When that door comes down, it leaves about a 3-inch gap up there. It should have, the building probably should have been 6 inches taller, and they could have raised that door up, and then the track could have been up higher. See, the track is down below the door a little bit where it starts. That's what allows for that gap. But they're going to fix that. They have a horsehair bristle sealing strip on aluminum that they can put up there, and it'll lightly brush the door and just seal the bugs and the birds and stuff like that out. That's all I'm really worried about. And a little bit of heat stay in. This floor is kind of shiny. It's got a sealer on it, and there's a story behind that. I poured this floor in November. Let's see if I can open this door one-handed. But poured it in November. I had a pretty good warm spell. I'm just going to stop right there for now. I can't remember how they showed me to do this. Something like that. Anyhow, we had a pretty good warm spell, and I didn't think much of it. Well, then we had that really, really cold spell, and I came out here one day, and I was looking. Most of it's went away now, but I can find it here and there. See this orange peel, look here. You can't feel it, but you can see it. Well, let me back up a little bit. The guy that poured concrete, named James Miller, him and J.J. Moorfield, they do good work, great work. They're hustlers, don't get me wrong. But there was a rainy Friday. He came out here and looked, priced it. Said, I'll be here in 2 to 3 weeks. Well, Sunday morning, my phone rang at 6 o'clock. He said, this is James Miller. Can I pour your concrete tomorrow? He said, everything else I have to do is either a footing or it's not on gravel. So I said, I guess. So I've done the old Flight of the Bumblebee hustle out here and kind of halfway got it marked off. That was one fiasco. This concrete ended up being about 9 inches thick. There's about 24 yards in this little pad here that's basically 28 by 32. But anyhow, I came out here, it was late December, early January, I guess, and I saw that orange peel in this concrete, and I sent him a picture. I said, is this normal? I said, looks like it's cracking all over. He says, oh man, he says, there's a building on that, isn't there? And I said, no, there's not a building. I told you there wouldn't be a building until March, probably. A little D4, all this stuff here works good. He says, oh no. He said, that's interior concrete. And I said, interior concrete, what are you talking about? He said, yeah. He said, you wanted it really slick, so I put down interior. He said, interior finish is slicker, but exterior will stand the cold after 2 or 3 days. He said, interior, in other words, they blow air in exterior to give it room to expand and contract in cold climate. Well, this didn't have the air blown in it, so first fear was it was actually cracking. He says, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna come out there tomorrow morning and put a sealer on it. And I basically considered this his fault for being in too big of a hurry. But in the end, I'll accept some of the blame. So I said, well, how much is this sealer? He says $250 a bucket. And I checked Lowe's website. He wasn't lying. And I said, well, I'm not paying for it. He said, that's fine. He said, I've got a bucket. He said, I'll come out there in the morning, put it on it. He called me later. He said, I got that bucket on, but it's mighty thin. I said, well, get another bucket and I'll pay for it. So I ended up paying $250 more to get this sealer on here. But that's why the floor is so slick. And I've swept it out, but I haven't mopped it yet since they put the building up. So it's still dirty. And it's going to have scuff marks on it, using it for what I'm using it for. But that's why the floor is shiny. But a lesson in concrete, make sure if you're not going to protect it from the weather that you get exterior concrete. Something I did not know. But I got to get this thing wired. Got to get my power buried out here. I'm going to frame the walls up some more. There's this OSB, they call it thermostat. It's got an aluminum coating on it. And it's got, every joint has sort of like a contact cement on it. So this is 5-foot centers. I could have moved this building to 2-foot centers, but the price would have went up about $10,000. But losing my train of thought here, like Joe Biden. But anyhow, I'm going to put that thermostat board up, and it's got that contact cement on the joints. So when you butt it together, it seals. Plus it's got that layer of aluminum, gives you another R6 value. So building this size, I've got several heating options. My dad's got a big gas heater in that big Morton building that he don't like. He's going to take it down. This building's only about half or a third the size of his Morton. So we're going to put the old oil heater back up in it, and I'm going to get the gas heater to go in here. It should roast you in this building. This side where the door's not, I'm going to build a loft up there over my work benches and all. I'm going to have stairs going up to it, and then there'll be a lot of extra storage up there in that dead space, you know, up there where This 14 by 14 door, the purpose of that so I can get anything that's legal height to drive on the road can come in this building. And the 14-foot width should be able to get any kind of cutting machine, dozer, whatever I ever need to get in there in my life. May not be able to close the door, but at least I can get the part I'm working on in a dry area. And they're going to come back on this end and build a lean-to out about 20 feet when I recover some from this pocketbook drain here. But there's my little dump truck I got a while back. I'll do a video on it later. But yeah, this building and moving jobs and this and that and other is why I hadn't put a video out lately. And stress, things like that. My CDL physical's up this week, and everybody knows how much fun that is anymore. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll get back to some of the normal stuff here pretty soon. I hope chainsaws and logging and stuff like that. I'm in some pretty good pine with a cutting machine overlooking a nice pond right now. I need to throw the GoPro in there and make a little video, but this one's getting pretty long. I'm gonna cut it off. I'm proud of my building. It's a lot of hard work on a poor man, a lot of saving money and sacrificing things, but the worst part of it's over, I hope. Anyhow, thanks to all my new subscribers and current subscribers, and hope everybody has a good, blessed weekend here coming up. I'll catch you on the next one.